He said the objective of Bad Boy is to kill talent. We don't want talented motherfuckers at Bad Boy. Talented motherfuckers think they gotta say. Oh, a talented motherfucker will tell you, I'm gonna turn in my album when I feel like it. He said, but see, if we get people with no talent, and then we make them look like stars, see, we have total control. Because without us, they can't be the He said, and that's how we're gonna run this label. And we're gonna run these motherfuckers into the ground, and I'm gonna make all these people rich. And that was his pep talk at the Kit Kat Club in 1996 to his interns, who are now mostly,
Executives.
executives at Bad Boy.
So that explains making the band, bringing unknowns.
I'm a proponent of all of us who are in this business working hard.
When you got into stand-up, was crossing over, was doing TV, was doing movie, was that a part of it? You're like, okay, I'm doing stand-up, okay.
If you don't stand up for yourself, there really is nothing they won't do.
Right.
It's finally catching up to him. After raiding both his mansions, the law enforcement leaves no table and none of the beddings unturned.
I don't make much of it, Stephen. The feds are fedding. That's what that tells me. The federal government, we've been aware for weeks. I assure you this has been going on for months in terms of the investigation. Months of collecting evidence, getting witnesses to collaborate particular stories and testimonies. What we're seeing now are kind of probably the final stages of what this investigation looks like. We know the recent, you're talking about the home, and I want to get back to the Homeland Security piece, not the FBI.
That's right.
All federal agencies, but they're a little different. I want to spend some time there in a second, put a pin in it. But the fact that they specifically, Stephen A., recently collected cell phones, other electronic devices, that's kind of the end of the road, as we say. Those are going to be the final pieces that they're looking to corroborate, probably some pre-existing testimonials for I would imagine, a long list of.
Law enforcement thoroughly searched both of his mansions, leaving no table or bedding untouched, finally catching up to him.
Started valuing the wrong things in this business because there were things dangling in front of me. If I get this, I'll be happy. If I do this, I'll be happy. Never had that security in a family. I never had that consistency. I never had the reliability and the accountability and all these things that make you understand the way.
During the raid on Sean Diddy Combs' mansions, the authorities stumbled upon shocking evidence suggesting the rapper's alleged grooming of musicians Justin Bieber and Usher. Take a closer look.
Giving parties at the Red Zone, and he was giving parties at the building. That's when they was doing unsigned hype. You know, people like Leaders of the New School, Naughty by Nature, Queen Latifah, different groups was coming. The new groups, they were breaking those artists. You remember that place where they shot Juice at? You know, when they had the DJ contest?
Yep.
Have you seen the movie Juice?
Yep.
Is that you? Yeah.
Yep.
When they had the DJ contest, that was the building. So Puff was doing the Monday night unsigned hype there. He was also an intern and working over at Uptown Records. I knew he was addicted to painkillers, because after that that incident with Kim, he used to have this little white guy he used to meet, or he would have the drivers go get the pills that he was addicted to from this little white guy who was selling him them opioids.
Celebrities in Hollywood, particularly figures like Sean Diddy Combs, are often associated with peculiar behaviors and allegations of exploiting emerging talent while battling drug addiction.
In those fights with nobody is God. It's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that. They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce. I know you, man. But they can't control me. See, it ain't no name I want.
Despite allegations and controversies, wealthy individuals in Hollywood continue to pursue their passions, often exploiting others for personal gain and engaging in illicit activities without hesitation.
Ever tells you that, like, when you get to the top, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's just more of that. If you want it, you know, I had ground and scraped and fought to make movies and to make the things that I wanted to make and to sell books and sell scripts. And I was doing all those things. And then I get there and I'm like a broken shell of myself with this relationship that threatened to sort of like truly like wreck my life. And I had done nothing to deserve that. And, you know, I'm like, what is life? Like, what, you know, I'm so backwards.
But you still weren't happy.
But I was, you know, but I'm a victim. I'm a product, I should say, of these systems that we all survive in, which is, you know, this sort of capitalist-driven, corporatocracy kind of driven way of merchandising and commercializing every thought and fear and moment that we have in our lives, and never giving us a chance to slow down. And you know, when I was able to, I was on my way out, and I saw my kids, and I saw them grown up, and they
You
were
really
asking,
saw that.
Yes, I did, and I saw them asking me, just like a mature grown adult would, you know, say something.
Singers, rappers, actors, and law enforcement have collectively denounced the alleged system in Hollywood, unveiling a disturbing network of powerful individuals who exploit aspiring musicians under the guise of mentorship.
Slow down.
Okay.
Slow down.
One step at a time.
Yeah, the cheese is showing up. You know, you get 16. Here we go.
There we go.
Yeah. 10, you get 18, you get the house. Okay, man.
Okay. So where are we off to now? I mean, wherever you want to go.
Check this out, yo. Justin, he's in. You ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out, what we doing. We can't really disclose.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry, no one wanted to turn, and everyone, you know, telling me they love me, and, you know, just turning back in a second. So, but yeah, just protecting those moments. Take for granted encounters. And
Justin Bieber suggests that the industry fosters a dangerous mindset where influential figures exploit and manipulate talented yet vulnerable individuals, citing the recent raid at Diddy's homes as evidence.
Good, selling out arenas and everything. Starting to act different. You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
Sorry, my number.
Yeah.
Highlighting the significance of safeguarding aspiring artists from prevalent abuse within the entertainment realm, Justin Bieber distinguishes himself from his peers by publicly pledging to confront allegations of grooming and exploitation, particularly those involving Diddy, despite industry tendencies to conceal such misconduct.
You and your little dog. Congratulations, young man. Run as fast as Cassie did. But when you think about Kim, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down, and he heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attacks and pneumonia-like symptoms, and
Then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas. And then next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all.
Jaguar Wright, collaborating with law enforcement, unveils startling allegations suggesting that Diddy's mentor, Clive Davis, may have covertly introduced him to the notion of engaging in inappropriate behavior with young artists.
Big difference from a black man. He was doing to people that he never thought that it would come back at him. Now, if he never did anything to those girls, if those girls was lying, then he would have never settled out. It was a girl that came out, Cam, 2.5 years before Cassie came out, and went on a major platform and told her how he was kicking her, beating her, and made her get rid of 2 kids. A girl named Gina came out on a major platform that he was dating, that she had texts from Cassie, and her and Cassie was texting each other back and forth, and Cassie was saying, I don't hate you, I know how he is, and they was talking about each other and talking to each other. She came out 2 years ago. So you tell me, Cam, why didn't nobody take her case?
I don't. Maybe they didn't believe. I mean, I could guess. I mean, maybe they didn't believe him because he's puffy. He got a lot of star power. He can fight back. You know.
She had no lawyers or nobody that was interested in going through that battle, in that long, drawn-out court battle, that they had to file papers. They had to do that 2-3 years ago. 2-3 years down the road, she ain't coming up with a dime. Cassie had the lawyers and the people who put the money behind the lawyers to make sure that her case was.
Amidst Diddy's ascent, numerous allegations have surfaced, including accusations of abusing ex-partners, trafficking young men, and even involvement in fellow rappers' deaths. Despite this, he appears unfazed, but the tides could shift.
Those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis.
Including Clive Davis.
Davis. This ain't a film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the pipe.
He was the one trying to bring her back, though, at the time of prior to her death, right?
He needed her back. He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control.
I cannot take anything away from where he has been extremely effective.
Yes.
He knows pop culture. Matter of fact, he probably knows pop culture better than he knows music.
I never felt like he had a lot of talent in music. Is that fair for me to say?
I mean, nobody really cares about him rapping.
Right.
I didn't know why he did that, but then again, why not do it? They're listening to all these other artists that you're putting out. Why not be one too and get that extra check? Like, maybe buying into a brand, why not take it all the way? I'm not hating on him for getting money.
Me either.
I'm just hating on the way he got it. And I'm hating on the overall effect of what it's done to not only the artists on his label, artists that got shelved, the artists that got dropped. Not only that.
Currently, Right Now contends that Clive Davis played a pivotal role in safeguarding Diddy from significant investigations and allegations, such as Whitney Houston's murder, Tupac's untimely death, and claims regarding Usher and Justin's sexuality. This narrative implies a direct link between Diddy's apparent immunity and his extensive connections, particularly with Davis.
Not there, things are popping. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm following.
You know, there are certain people that hang out with certain groups of people, and you see them. They're in pictures, they're on the red carpet, they're around. But then things start popping off. You don't see those people. They're not in those pictures. They're not on the red carpet. They're nowhere around. So where the hell were they? They're at every other party. They're in every other picture. They're standing by you everywhere else except for when this person went missing or this person got shot. You know, the art of misdirection is a skill that most record executives use. So, considering that the public has absolutely no idea what's happening behind the curtain or behind the velvet.
The assertions by Jaguar Wright, Justin Bieber's statements, and FBI findings collectively suggest that Diddy's elevated status and wealth may have come at a significant cost, potentially involving obligations to upper management and exploitation of high-profile male celebrities, among other things.
He get the trafficking because he took her to different states and had her perform sex acts with different, male prostitutes and different people, sometimes against her will. We look at this and we say, well, that was his girl and she did it on her own. She didn't have to. Man, you can't say that. That was a 19-year-old girl that what they call now groomed by an older man. And yes, she got some of the benefits of being with a billionaire, millionaire, and everything like that. But it's just certain things that he did to groom her and put her into that position that she wanted the career, she wanted to do the music, she wanted to be a performer and all this stuff like that. He held all that shit over her head, bro. And now that she came out and telling everybody her story and what happened to her, people are finding fault in her. People are saying that she ain't right for putting a lawsuit against him, but she earned every bit of that, bro.
Furthermore, Jaguar Wright alleges that Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy, accusing him of multiple offenses, reinforces her claims and raises skepticism about Diddy's alleged participation in illicit activities, particularly regarding human trafficking within the entertainment sector.
And I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.G. Jason.
Following Wright's assertions, Cat Williams publicly commented on Diddy, alleging him to be fully involved in sex trafficking, utilizing the music and entertainment sector to facilitate his illicit endeavors.
Moving forward, I think light has definitely been shone dark regions, and it's painful, but it's a necessary thing to change.
Do you agree, John?
Yeah, you can't help. It's incredibly difficult thing to talk about because there's very little that's common about it. You're seeing lives destroyed, but you're also seeing lives that have been deeply troubled for years, and
a tragic healing process.
It's a big upheaval. I mean, I've never seen Hollywood quite so shaken.
On a different note, by amplifying the voices of Bieber, Wright, and Williams, Mel Gibson also sheds light on the darker facets of Hollywood, bringing attention to its less commendable elements.
Now, I can see this because it's not something I didn't see. How do I want to say this? Ian Puff was like, I felt like I did more than I got credit for, more than I got paid for. Felt or did you do that? You said felt. Like, okay, let's clear that up. You said you feeling that, we're going to keep it clear. Because I'm trying to be nice. I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So the big thing that I got for Puff is more like, you're trying to keep me here. You're not here. All my peers is up here. All my peers are bosses. time, it's like somebody raised somebody up, they did work with you. Go from your little man to getting ENR to something else. He just had kind of keep me right here, like he didn't want me to go at anything. And to anybody, they're gonna bother you. Yeah. Especially if I'm producing the work. Cole would go out and party, and I would be in the studio writing the records, and then I'll just do records. Say, this is his part, or that is his part. That was a person creating it all. And then, lyrical things. If somebody did a beat, and even more money, more problems. I came up with the beat too. And I said, Steven, we need to do this beat and do it like this. So just imagine all of these moments that are taken from you, the records, beats. You ain't getting the money, you ain't getting the publishing, you ain't getting the respect. And I don't think you're like that. So that became really frustrating for me because I don't think you like that. I don't think you would like that. Like, with the whole, did you like that? Yeah, like, man, I don't think you like that. To be pulling what you're pulling. Hey, yeah, like you know what would come with.
While the accuracy of circulating rumors remains uncertain, the collaboration of prominent figures like Mel Gibson, Justin Bieber, Jaguar Wright, and Williams raises questions. Additionally, rapper Mace's recent confrontation with Diddy underscores concerns about exploitation and artistic rights within the industry. If the allegations hold true, Diddy could face permanent repercussions given the gravity of the accusations and the involvement of influential figures in exposing them.